Today's top 5 are things you might have missed in the Goonies.
Oh, it's Friday night. Don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I could sit here and pick my nose while I watch a brand new video. Whoa, top 5 Friday. Top 5 Friday tonight.
All right, so first and foremost, spoiler alert. There might be things in this video that are spoilers. If you have not seen this film, you're doing yourself a great injustice. Please go watch it. This film came out in 1985. It is an amazing film. So this is your chance to either turn this off, go watch the movie, then come back, or say, F it, I don't care, I want to know anyways, and continue watching. Okay, so let's jump right into the list. Of course, the usual rules apply. This is not behind the scenes kind of stuff. This is not continuity issues. It's nothing like that. It's things in the movie, in the actual film that you can see. You notice that, wait a minute, I didn't see that before. Or I didn't see that at all. Without any hard confirmation one way or the other, I cannot in good conscience put this into the list as an actual number, and this is why it's an honorable mention. Maybe, hopefully, someone out there can find something out that I couldn't about this. But there is a picture. It's a toddler picture. I'm not going to call it a baby picture. Looks like Corey Feldman. Again, if you're asking me, I say it's him, but I can't confirm or deny it. However, that's why it is an honorable mention and not an actual number on this list. I didn't notice this when I was a kid, but there are a ton of things that are pirate in nature, if you will. Okay, they say pirate, they mention pirate, they're actual pirate stuff, which makes sense for this movie because they're going looking for pirate treasure. However, I didn't notice this when I was younger. The museum that Mikey's dad works at says Pirates of the Pacific on the outside sign. Sloth is wearing a Raiders t-shirt, who was played by John Matuzak. Now this kind of to me is a double meaning. One, the Raiders, their logo is a pirate. Two, John Matuzak was a football player, so maybe that's why that was there. Still pirate themed. There's pirate stuff all over the attic when they go upstairs. There's even a pirate ship in a glass bottle on top of the television in one scene. Ton of pirate stuff all over the place that I just didn't notice when I was a kid. This next one is a little bit more obvious because it is in a couple of scenes. If you notice on the back of the map, it's the piano notes are there. In the scene where Andy has to play the piano to make the drawbridge or the mouth of the skeleton, I guess, to open up so they can advance to the next piece of the puzzle, so to speak. You can actually see those notes on the back of the map. This is the scene where they take the medallion and put it on the triple stones and they turn it, and then the cannonball comes coming down, whatever, and the floor drops out from underneath them and Data starts to fall. Well, in this scene, you can actually see the pinchers of peril in his jacket right before he shoots him up and it grabs onto the piece of stone and saves his life because there are spikes at the bottom. In this scene, you can see a hand puppet on the statue in the background. What significance does this have? Probably none, but it's there. And again, it's just something that you may have missed in this film. So a hand puppet on the statue. The magazine that Mikey picks up in this scene is a Mad magazine, and it actually says, Mad presents the ultimate horror movie. This movie was filmed around Halloween. So that was probably a magazine that they just picked up at the local convenience store, the newest issue of Mad Magazine. You actually see Mad Magazine a couple of times in the movie, especially at the beginning. I've always noticed that he grabbed a magazine. I never knew what it was, so I actually paused this, went slow motion frame by frame to see what it was. If you notice, the mailboxes say us and them on it. There's one mailbox that says us, every other mailbox says them. Just like the one before this, I honestly don't know the significance of it. I don't know what it means, but it's there. I mean, that's the only thing I can say about it. So whoever us is, that was obviously their mailbox. Whoever wrote that on there is their mailbox. Right before Data opens up his belt buckle and the suction cup thing flips out that he shoots to the trash can, his belt buckle says 007 on it. I don't know if you ever noticed that before or not. I really didn't, and that's why I put it on my list. The zeros in that actually are smiley faces drawn into them. This actually is right before number 9, literally 2 seconds before. On the back of the tower, it says Troy. Well, as we all know, Troy is kind of one of the bad guys in the movie. He likes to pick on Brandon. He is the son of the people who are buying up the Goondocks to put a golf course in. But it says Troy and graffiti written on there. This is towards the beginning of the film. You see Brandon working out on a Bowflex. And there's balloons on it and there's a card on it. The card actually says Happy Birthday Brand, which is short for Brandon, which is the character's name in the film, Brand. They call him that throughout the whole movie. But it's something I never noticed before. This was a birthday present to him because, well, he works out. Of course, later on we see him in the moon boots and then doing the springy, stretchy things and all that good stuff. Okay, this next one kind of breaks my rules just a little bit, okay? But there's reason that I put this one in here. Towards the end of the movie, Data says, they're talking to the news reporter. Data says, the octopus was really scary. As a child, I remember hearing this time and time again and thinking, every single time thinking to myself, there was no octopus. Data's just lying. He's just lying. There was no octopus. And then a few years after first seeing this movie as a kid, I saw it on the Disney Channel, unedited, and the octopus scene was actually in there. This is a deleted scene. This scene is actually on the well, in my case, Blu-ray version as a deleted scene. I gotta be honest, this scene is extremely lame, and the scene pretty much ends with Data taking a radio and shoving it into the octopus's mouth, and it kind of dances away. I'm really glad that they took this scene out. They just didn't take out that line for whatever reason. Okay, so if you notice the school in the background, this is actually the same school that was used in the 1990 movie Kindergarten Cop. Now, in 1985, when this movie came out, we wouldn't have known that yet. However, going back and watching this movie now and watching it again or watching it as an adult, you can definitely see that school from Kindergarten Cop in there. I'm not gonna say that it's common knowledge that that school is in the same city, Astoria, Oregon, where Goonies was filmed. I, however, have been there. I've been to the house, I've been to the school. It's a thing, like you can go look this up, I'm not lying. Anyways, the school from Kindergarten Cop is in the background. During this scene right here, the camera is panning to Mikey's house. You can actually see the Fratelli's ORV, the off-road vehicle that they were driving, that Mama Fratelli was driving. It's a Jeep Cherokee, I think. But you can see the Jeep at the bottom of the screen. Rube G83. This is in reference to Rube Goldberg, who, so I don't mess this up. Goldberg was best known for a series of popular cartoons depicting complicated gadgets that perform simple tasks in indirect, convoluted ways, giving rise to the term Rube Goldberg machines for any similar gadget or process. Basically what that means is it's a combination of a bunch of different things to make this kind of long drawn out process to get from point A to point B. Perfect example of this is the scene where Mouth is making Chunk do the truffle shuffle. And it starts with Mikey lifting up the bucket and that bowling ball rolls down, and then it blows up the balloon that pops, that makes the chicken shit an egg, and then the leg with the football kicks the thing, and then that opens up the fence. All of One-Eyed Willie's booty traps, and including that scene right there, are Rube Goldberg machines. All right, let's talk about some wardrobe for just a minute here. Chunk's family, they like to dress alike. And how do I know this? Well, because you can see that the mom and the sister are wearing the exact same thing, and Chunk's dad is wearing the exact same thing that he's wearing. All right, there's two things in Mikey's room that I never noticed before, and I saw while watching this film again for this video. First thing, Mikey has Superman sheets. Okay. Some might say he's a little bit old for Superman sheets, but I know grown adults that have cartoon character sheets. Second thing, on the right-hand side on the stack of magazines are 2 Mogwai toys. Now these toys were made by LJN for the movies Gremlins, obviously. Now what's the relevance here? Well, Steven Spielberg wrote and produced the Goonies. So there's your tie-in right there. So those are the top things you might have missed about the Goonies. Hope you enjoyed this video. If there's a movie that you want me to pick apart and dissect, put it in the comments. And if I left anything out, please be sure to put that in the comments also. Thank you.